And we are live. We are live. We are live from the Philippines. It is Wednesday morning, July 19th. It is 8:30 in the morning and we are live. We are live, everybody. It's just me and Joe right now. There's no one else here. Actually, we got 5 people on. Joe's back there in the background. She's having fun. What a week it's been. It's been a holy mackerel week, everybody. It has been a holy mackerel week. Yes, it has. No question. We're just getting set up here. I assume the audio is good, the video is fine. Just get connected here. We'll give a couple minutes. Just a quick reminder, everybody, that these are subscriber only lives. So you will need to be a subscriber to participate in the chat. And I also implemented a 30-second timeout on the chat. So just basically that just stops people from just like spamming the channel and stuff like that. So we are just a couple of reminders on that stuff. What else is kind of housekeeping stuff as we get set up here? We're back home. I would hope that things should go better on this live compared to the last one where we had lost power, but it was a learning experience. We got everything up and running. It's been a great week, actually. It's been a really interesting week in a lot of ways. Lots of things have happened, but the last couple of days have been great back here in town and met with a couple of subscribers. So shout out to both you guys that we met up with. That was really, really incredible. So yeah, I mean, if you're coming here to see Boo and would like to meet up, you know, Joe and I are always up for that kind of stuff. We actually really enjoy that, meeting people and talking with people. And getting together and finding out why people are coming here and, you know, just meeting people and chatting with people. So that's been really awesome. So if you are coming to Cebu, definitely look us up, you know, and we can get together. So, all right, guys, let's get this going. We're no real topic today, you know, just as usual. These lives for me, I think, are really just ways that we can kind of deep dive into stuff. Any questions you have about living here, what it's been like, challenges that we've had, or all that kind of stuff, or just whatever, right? These are just kind of weekly lives that just kind of run through stuff. And my intention with that is just kind of deep dive stuff like we can't do in a comment section. So, anyways, good morning, good evening, my own Boontog, my own hack. How do you say it in Tagalog again? Magandang humaga. Yes, in Tagalog for all the Tagalog friends out there. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Yes, we are up. We're up, Dean. We're up and running. Howdy, hoser. Take off, eh? Oh my gosh. Hey, Chuck. Yes. Under 2 weeks now. Oh, good for you, dude. Good for you. So we're looking to do a trip out to Leyte. We don't know when. There's a low pressure coming through, and we're just kind of tracking that. But yeah, we're actually looking to go to Leyte. So hopefully, we'll see you. We'll let you know what's going on. But we're looking to do a Leyte trip here in a little bit, and might spend a little bit of time out there. I really see you know, an opportunity to go out there and do some blogs and, you know, check out Southern Leyte. So, yeah, more to come on that. But safe travels, man. I know 2 weeks right around the corner, right around the corner. It's such an exciting time. I remember when I was 2 weeks under. Oh, Rich. Hey, Chris, just curious. Why do you blur the background? I blur the background for a couple reasons. Originally, it was I got like pictures of my kids right up here, that kind of deal. And that's kind of why I just wanted the background blurred. And I felt like it didn't take away too much from the live. I don't know if it's too distracting or stuff. Let me know. And I just was asking Joe too if she wanted me to blur it because she's you know she's right there. Um, so, anyways, that's kind of why I blur it, just because I've got some sensitive stuff in the background that. But I don't think you could really see those pictures. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of why. But let me know if it's too distracting. I think from my view, it looks like it's okay. BJ, yes, my own Boontog, BJ. ¿Cómo está, ka? Yes, I'm good, man. Good here. It's been a week. I'm not gonna lie. It has been a week. that I will always remember my entire life. But it's just really interesting, man. You learn a lot about yourself, and it's been one of those weeks. Good morning, yes, good morning. How's it going? My own boon dog. Lose, yeah, the mute button today. Yes, I had to do it once. Maybe, hopefully, that's all I do. But yes, I have learned to check the mute and make sure it's good. Another interesting thing, actually, with my DJI mic setup. So that's kind of what I'm using right now on this live, even. So I have the wireless receiver plugged in the side, USB-C, and then the lav mic. But every time I kick off StreamYard, it disconnects. It ejects, for some reason, ejects the wireless receiver. So that's a problem I see happening down the road, is where it just randomly ejects the mic. But for some reason, it only does it once. And but yeah, no mute button today. There are photos. Yeah, photos of my family, but I don't think you could really see them. The other reason I kind of did it is I didn't always make my bed, and it's right there. But Joe's here, and the bed's always made now. Right, Joe?
Yes! I made it.
Oh, have you heard of David Bond vlogging about setting up a harem in the Philippines? Yeah, Hector. I actually met with David a couple times, and we're going to meet again here in a little bit. I've got a video with he and I together that I shot. It's just so freaking long, and I haven't had the time to really kind of go through it. But I met with him. I've met with him. I chatted with him on a couple of occasions. We went and had dinner together. I met a couple of the girls, 3 of the girls. I went over to his house, and we shot a video over there, just kind of interviewing the guy. So yeah, I've met him. I haven't. I know. So he reached out to me and said when I was in Bantayan Island last week. So we chat on WhatsApp. So we'll probably get together here this week. I think he said he's got a buddy in town. So yeah, I've met with David. Good guy. I mean, whatever, right? It's really interesting, honestly. I was just kind of fascinated with his thought process on this whole, what he's trying to do and create. And I found him really interesting, honestly. I really did. And not that I would look to set that up. First of all, Joe would kill me. Joe would absolutely kill me if I tried it. Hey, you mind if we bring over another girl? And look, it's not at all what I'm interested in, but right, to each their own in a lot of ways, I feel, in that kind of thing, right? What people do, in that regard, I try to just stay away from, and sometimes it's curious for me where I want to try to understand it, but I don't judge people for that kind of thing. But yeah, nothing I would want to do. And that was actually one of the questions that I had for David was, dude, why, dating 1 is sometimes hard enough. Why like 4? And so that was just kind of fun. But yeah, interesting guy. All right, Chuck, I'm ready to go over there, cool off the heat next. Yeah, 112 today there. Yeah, it's a little bit cool and rainy right now. So we're entering in the rainy season, where we want to keep an eye, Chuck, on the low pressure systems that are kind of forming. So I use an app called windy.com, and shout out to Rod from Amazing Philippines. He's the one who introduced me to that app. So anyways, yeah, I use that to really track my stuff, and it's helpful, and it just kind of gives me a nice radar and a nice picture of the Philippines. So but yeah, so it's warm here. What do we got today? We got 82 degrees and whatever. It's actually raining out today, and that was kind of when I got here in December. It was the end of the rainy season, and it was kind of nice in a way where we got maybe a rain shower every day. It didn't last very long, but it was a lot cooler in the sense where you didn't have the direct sun. So yeah, it's congratulations, man, on coming out here. Good stuff. Yes, hello, brother. Good morning, good evening, depending on where you're at. Dean, I want to pretend it's my dreadful eyesight is the reason it's blurred around you. I'm partially sighted due to injury. I can tell you the injury if you aren't squeamish. Yes. Oh my gosh. I hear you, man. So my eyesight has changed a little bit too, right, as we get older. And what I do now is I wear a contact in one eye. So my right eye sees far away and my left eye sees close. And what was going on with that is when I put contacts in both my eyes, I couldn't see anything up close. So I just wear one now, and that works well. And I didn't think, because I'm a little bit OCD in some things, and I thought that would bother me, but I've actually gotten used to it. It's been really great. I tried bifocal contacts too, and it just, yeah, didn't work. So just leaving one out can read up close, and reading one in the other eye. Already watched 7-2 videos, big bro. Start daily vlogs. Yes. So I already watched 72 videos. Okay. Start daily vlog. I would love to do daily vlogs. Dude, I don't have the time. And so one of the things that happened in Mentine Island is I actually kind of messed up my X3. It came off my motorcycle and crashed on the lenses, kind of deal. So they're really scratched up. So I've actually been vlogging with the GoPro, and I say that because the workflow with the GoPro is so much easier with the X3. It really is. For one, I don't necessarily need an external audio. I think the audio with this media case just works just fine. Anyway, sorry. I think the audio with the media case just works fine. It just doesn't give me the views. And maybe what I'll do is do kind of more B-roll kind of stuff with the X3 once I get it fixed. I do think with moto vlogging, the X3 is phenomenal. Plus, I think outside, walking outdoors, the X3 is really good, but I don't know. Anyways, I'm experimenting with the GoPro, and that might help my workflow a little bit, because the X3 really adds 2 layers of editing. It's a lot of work. So anyways, yeah, daily vlogs would be fun. I'm not sure I could keep up with it. Chris, can I ask you what you paid for your Hunter? Their pricing in Panama, it looks like it's around 3,400 US. Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly how much I paid for that. 1 second, let me pull up. I think it was 250,000 pesos, which I'm pulling that up right now. I think that's how much it was. 250, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's like 4,000. I'll say 4,600 US is, I think, roughly what it was. Yeah. And I love that bike, man. We rode it up to Mentine Island on that trip. It's a great bike. It really is. Um, the seat was a little bit rough. When we had luggage and things like that on there, with the 2 of us plus luggage, I'm not going to lie, it was pretty uncomfortable, just because we don't have panniers set up. We don't have any kind of luggage set up yet on it. And there's no storage like you've got in a scooter. So it's a little bit rough in that sense, and it's a new bike, right? So it just came out in January, so there's not a lot of aftermarket set up. Givi doesn't have bags and stuff like that we can get for it. So we're struggling a little bit with the bike, but I do really love the bike. And I'm just not a scooter kind of guy. I'm the rear brake at my left hand is kind of weird for me. I like the rear brake at my foot. And I also wanted a small CC bike for the Philippines, just because big bikes don't really, they're just not practical here. I said this before. It's like having a Ferrari on a go-kart track. It's just, they're not practical here. So smaller displacement bikes, lighter, agile bikes are really what you want to look for. That's why everyone rides a scooter, really, is because you don't really get above 40 miles an hour. Hardly ever do you get really above those kinds of speeds. So having a freaking leader bike that does 120 miles an hour you'll just never hit those speeds, unless you're probably in maybe the Manila area. But everywhere else, it's really slow kind of riding. But yeah, I think I paid around, I would say around 4,600 for that Hunter. And that's the other part about that bike too, is no one's going to buy that from me. So it's not like I could sell it. I would doubt it anyways. It's just because it's very, it's twice as expensive as what you'd get for a scooter. So yeah, it's not just retirement. It's an adventure. You know it, BJ. It is. Yes, it's life, right? Life happens no matter where you go. It really does. And yeah, it's serious adventure, no question. Chuck, I messaged someone about an apartment in Duma this weekend, and they were getting really pushy, trying to get me to send some money right away. Yeah, brother, don't do that. And her profile said she was in Manila. I think she was a scammer. I think you're right on, Chuck. Yeah, dude, I would just wait till you get here, brother. Just wait. When you get here, so I got this advice from Gio, and I think it's spot on, dude. Just get here, get a hotel for a couple of days, then get an Airbnb for a month, and then use that time to get yourself set up. I went straight to an Airbnb when I got here in December. I booked an Airbnb for the whole month of December. it's a little bit risky because I didn't see the Airbnb, but I was only there for a little bit, and it was more location that I wanted than anything. It was okay, but I could see the advantage of spending 3 days in a hotel and then getting your Airbnb for a month. But that's how I would do it, dude. Just get here and then do all that stuff. Because I think you're right. I think you're opening yourself up to a scam with that one there. Yeah. The Bond character seems creepy and exploitative and needs to be exposed. Kick out of the country as an undesirable alien. Yeah, I think he's getting a little bit of flack. I mean, like I said, I met the guy. I don't know, man. And how that came about, he commented on my channel a couple times, and I've got tools and add-ins that show me a little bit of information on when people reply and comment. It basically shows me the subscriber count. So I saw that, and I saw that he had 500,000 subscribers, and he's been doing it for 10 years. And immediately, as a small YouTuber, I was interested in talking to him about his experience with YouTube, not necessarily anything else outside of that. And in that inquiry, I learned more about him. And I don't know, man, meeting him in person is a different experience than online. I mean, he's a kid, he's 38, like not quite half my age. And he seems like an okay guy. I haven't watched a ton of his content to get anything bad about it, but and the girls that are with him, they seem okay and happy. But I don't know, brother. I hear you though. I get it. I mean, a lot of people are upset with him and for maybe some stuff or whatever. I didn't see that side of him on that, so I'm going to stay really neutral on that because I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? BJ, haha, luck man. He wouldn't ask a Western. He wouldn't ask a Western woman if the bed was made. So this is kind of my first really relationship dating this kind of deal. And I don't know if it's just Joe, but she's pretty fiery, man. They're not, I wouldn't say, and I've heard a lot of people talk about this, they're not really submissive. They're fiery. They're strong. There's this thing of the Latin Asian or the Mexican Asian, and with the Spanish kind of background that's here, I think that's a really good comparison. Latinas are really fiery too. My ex-wife, my esposa, she's from Mexico, and I think that's really a good comparison in a way that they're sweet, they're kind, they're loving, they're affectionate, but they're also really fiery. And maybe it's just Joe. Maybe it's the Latena. But anyways, man, yeah, it's good stuff. It's really been fun, knowing myself in a relationship again after being divorced and single for the past 4 years. And there was just a lot of questions for me I had around a lot of it, right? And it's really been an empowering, positive experience for me the whole way through. So I'm really grateful, to be here with her and on that journey. It's been really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I want to do a video on it, and have it be tasteful. Because I do think that 50-year-old divorce perspective who hasn't dated in 5 years is there for a lot of us guys that are coming out here. And this is some serious questions and concerns for me in the in that area that I really want to make a video on and talk to people. He blocks viewers from the Philippines so that people won't see what he's doing. Actually, what he does, Hector, I've talked to him about that. He does hide he basically puts his content all in the United States. He does geo, I can't remember what it is, but you're right in a sense, but I don't know if it's blocking, but he is sensitive to where his videos go out, and it's all United States. But yeah. Hey, sis, how are you? I'm doing great. I'm doing really well. It's been an interesting week, but it's been good. I hope you're good there. We should talk about your trip to Southeast Asia coming up. Would love to have you come out. Be a good time. And it's going really well here. Things are good. Jude, hey Chris, how are things going? Yeah, things have been going great. Back in Cebu, back home. After spending a week in Bintayan Island, we had some bad weather in Bintayan, but it was still beautiful. Did a lot of motorcycle riding throughout the island, but yeah, no, things are well. Trying to get my driver's license, all that kind of set up. dealing with paperwork and trying to get that done. But you know, things are great. I mean, in perspective, Jude, things are really, really good here. Yeah. Love my little babe. You should visit Meljean up in her mountain house and see how she built that beautiful 20 USD 3-bedroom house. Wow, I'm sure a lot of expats would be interested and way cooler up there. You know, a lot of people have said I should reach out to Meljean. I'll reach out to her. See, I don't know. I watched a little bit of her stuff. I watched her stuff kind of early on, also too when her and Tom were together. I haven't watched a lot of her stuff recently. But yeah, no, I would, you know, I would love to, you know, she's a big channel. She doesn't really have a lot to gain from me working with her, but you know, I'd be down to meet with her. She seems really sweet on her videos. Like I said, I haven't really watched much recently. I was shocked to see how physically different she looks from when I used to watch her. But yeah, no, that'd be cool. And for some reason, I didn't think she was in this area. I thought she was on another island, but I guess she's nearby Cebu. But yeah, no, I've been a fan of her channel for a while. What are your thoughts on a used scooter from an expat? Yeah, Chuck, I think that's a great way to go. You know, I talked a little bit about this on my videos where, you know, buying a new scooter here, it takes months, man. It took almost 3 months to get my bike registered where I can drive it legally on the road. So that's done now. But yeah, that took 3 months for a new bike. So, you know, I've got a used Honda Click 125 that I'm going to be selling here if you want it. But yeah, you could do a used scooter, especially if you're going to buy a new. Like, look, if you got a great budget, Chuck, if you got a really good budget and you can afford a new bike, I would just buy a new bike, but get ready for a 3-month wait. Or maybe, I don't know, dude. I think there were some changes that are going on where it's coming online. Maybe it's faster, but it just kind of depends on your timing and what you're looking for. Yeah. You can know you were new or used. Rory, Wayfair, you just got what you need. This is a commercial. I'll let it pay a joint chat. Hello, all. Oh, nice. Hector, just looking out for my Filipino sisters. I hear you. No, I get it, girl. I do. I get it. I understand. You know, though, I think there's bigger fish to fry than that guy, though. I do. I think there's a lot of people out here that are, you know, and that's one of the things I talk about on my channel, a lot of my videos, and about hookup culture and things like that. It's just not that. This is a really, you know, this is a conservative culture. It's a Christian culture. It's, you know, a religious culture and you know, Catholic culture. My bad, but it's, you know, it is a very conservative. I get it. I get it. I understand. I did also too. You gotta realize my perspective too. I got to be careful about other bloggers and what I say. I don't want to disrespect any other blogger. I mean, this is hard work out here. They're out, and not that I want to be careful. Careful is not the right word. I want to be respectful for the other bloggers and what they're up to and what they're doing. You know, because it is hard work, and I get it. You know, sometimes these guys are just doing stuff for views, and you get wrapped up in the views, trying to put out content so that way people watch. And you know, the Jerry Springer stuff sells. It really does. And you know, so I get why some people would go down that avenue. And you know, just for me, I don't want to comment so much on what other people are doing. You know, it's kind of one of the reasons why I moved to the Philippines in a lot of ways, just to kind of escape the Jerry Springer stuff. And you know, me commenting on other bloggers just kind of goes into more of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. Trust me, I get it, girl. I get it. I've had 3 operations on the left eye after an injury. I got a blade of a dart in my left eye while playing darts. Oh, dude, I have blurred vision in my left eye. Contacts do nothing for me. Oh man, I can imagine. I actually had so when I was doing some construction, I had a shaving of a metal pop off and go into my eye. It was really small. I couldn't see it, but that's very uncomfortable, brother. Oh, I hope you're good, man. I hope you're good. When you travel long distances on the bike, what's your average speed? You know, Steven, I think I was doing about 40 miles an hour on the way home, which I think is about 60 kilometers per hour on the way home from Bintan Island back to Cebu. So that, I think, and that was fast, dude. Normally it's half that. Normally it's around 20 miles an hour is kind of the speeds here. that I've seen. Very rarely do I get above 40 miles an hour ever in my driving here. Yeah, it's really slow riding, which is why, honestly, a scooter works well. It's really slow. Just think if it was your daughter, families there are poor power dynamics are, yep, skewed towards, yep, dude. And not just him though, right? Look, I don't want to. It's every American that comes over here. We got to be generous. We got to be good guys. We got to be respectful. I think it goes for all of us. I mean, he's just on camera, but I think it really deterring that sexpat community from coming here is important to me. It really is. And look, I get it. And I've said this before on a lot of channels. I mean, we coming as Americans over here as American males, we're deprived of intimacy for some of us for years. I mean, right? This guy right here. And so when we get here, we just can get a little bit overboard or get a little bit like lost and that kind of deal. So we really want to be, I think, careful and respectful and know that when we come here, it's not so much a hookup culture. And if you're coming for like a 2-week vacation and your goal is to, date as many women as you can, maybe go to like Angela City or go up to Thailand, go to Bangkok, go to Pattaya. I'm not saying that correctly. And that's the best place to go. So look, I just think it's more than just fun. I think it's, I want to do my part and really portraying the Philippines as this conservative way that's here. So yeah. Well, I understand though. Yeah, I hear you and agree. Big are really losing. Yeah, big CC are really losing popularity fast now that Royal Enfield has been introducing good bikes and smaller CC. Chris, I think there's a big trend, right? I think Triumph just came out with that 400cc, 2 bikes there. So I think there's a trend to going towards the smaller CC displacement bikes. Now, maybe that's just because I'm in the Philippines and that's the stuff I'm seeing, right? That like the web pages are, presenting content because that's what sells here. No one buys a freaking Goldwing. No one buys. I mean, there's some Harleys here, but you hardly ever see leader bikes here. Hardly ever. Most of everything you see on the road is actually below 200cc. But yeah, I think there's a big push going to smaller displacement bikes with Royal Enfield pushing out the Hunter stuff, and as well as a Meteor, and then Triumph putting out the 400cc stuff too. So I hope, it works well for me being here in the Philippines and probably will never buy anything above 500cc. David Bonwell, I don't agree with his lifestyle. He's open and upfront with the girls, so I do respect him for that and watch some of his videos. Yeah, Chuck, I'm with you, man. Like I said, I want to be really careful about it. I mean, I've met the guy. I'll be meeting with him again. I find him interesting. I really do. I do. I find, and not that I've always kind of been a guy who just dates one woman at a time. I've never been one who's able, even just dating, right? I've never been a guy who kind of likes that. I'm a little bit OCD, where I like to kind of focus on things and then see things through and kind of open it up to multiple ones. But dude, I don't judge people on what they want to do, right? So I hear you. There are many universal luggage systems that you could choose from, all right, including the systems that don't even require rear racks. Yeah, man. So no, you're right, Chris. And there's Givi's got one that I kind of am eyeballing. Really what I'm waiting for is, I think it's the Givi Mono Key. I used to have that on my, what did I have? My Kawasaki Vulcan S650 back in the States. And it looks like they have the Mono Key system for the similar bike, not quite the Hunter, but I think, what is it called? The Meteor, which is also a 350cc. So I'm suspecting what Givi's going to do here in the next couple months is pull out a luggage system for that, that's probably what I'll buy. They're 22 liters, I think, each, if I remember correctly, and then it'll have a rear rack, and that'll open up stuff back there for both of us to ride. But no, you're right, Chris, and I'm looking at it. It's just a new bike, and there's not a lot of aftermarket yet for it, but there will be. I do think that Hunter 350 will be a phenomenal machine going forward, and that's the other reason why I'm really excited to have it. I think it's going to help my channel. I think it will. I think it'll be a popular bike. Even, yes, from Albuquerque. How's it going? Yes, good morning. Yes, good morning. Good evening. Good evening. We're talking about David Bond. He's just some goofball, honestly, public out there. A sinkable ship. Yeah, no, dude, I don't know, man. Like I said, I have a different perspective in it. I think it's a perspective of I haven't really watched a lot. I've watched a little bit of his content recently, but I've met with a guy, and yeah, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. He seems all right. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little harsh, but you know, yeah, yeah. To Joe, yes, everyone's saying hi, Joe. How's it going? What's up, Joe? What city do you like most so far, Chris? Um, yeah. What do I like so far? What city do I? Yeah, I like Cebu. Yeah, everyone's saying hi.
Hi.
I like Cebu. I mean, I really do. It's home for me now. What I like about it is, it's a bigger city. It's 3 million people. You can get what you need. It's close proximity to everything. You got an airport. You got ferries. It's close to some other secluded islands like Comodos. Which I really love Comodos. As far as island cities, I really like Comodos so far. I'm going to be going back to Comodos. Batayan Island's really beautiful too. It's just kind of flat. The thing I liked about Comodos is it's actually really hilly. So for a motorcyclist, it was really fun to ride these kind of curvy roads that were through these hills and then these big trees, palm trees and stuff. So, but so as far as islands, I like Comodos, but like living and stuff, I really like Cebu. I do. I think it's a great place for us to start. Good stuff. Yes, Filipinas, sweet and spicy. I think so, man. Where are we at? 8:49. All right, I'm 10 minutes behind. No worries. Hey, Kristen Joe, nice to meet you yesterday. Hey, nice to meet you as well, sweetie. Yeah, I hope things are good. Hope things are good for you. Hope things go well with work today when you're meeting. So yeah, it's very awesome meeting you. We had a great time. Good time. So yeah, thank you. That was fun. Geofencing, yeah. So he set up geofencing, but he doesn't want stuff in the Philippines. I can guess why. Yeah, families of girls. So the other part of that, though, too, from a business side, is, he's really focusing on his views to come out of the United States because that's where he's going to pull the most cash. So some of it's that, but also from a YouTube business perspective, it makes sense to have your stuff come out of the United States and have it that. So, Chris, I plan to fly into Cebu. What part of city would you best to set up for convenience and cost? Apartment condo under 500 a month if that's possible. Yeah. So I think when you first get here, what I would do is set up either in the business park where I'm at or an IT park. I think either one of those are great places for us to transition to. And then, like I said, just get an Airbnb for a month, and then stay there. And then you can look. So in the comment section of my channel, I put in two real estate brokers. One Ram and one guy's name is Ram and the other guy's named Nick, I believe. You can reach out to both of those guys. They can set you up. Ram is the guy who got me this place here, and he showed me like 7 or 8 different places. And I've also reached out to both of them and said, hey, do you mind if I post your information here? Look, you might get pinged by a lot of people, but you could reach out to both of those guys too. But what you could do, Chris, is just get here, get yourself set up in an Airbnb for a month. Use that time to really kind of find a place, and then kind of go from there. You might be able to, if you reach out to Ram and Chris ahead of time, you might be able to just get by with a hotel for a week or an Airbnb for a week, and then use that time to kind of get a place, because you can maybe hit the ground running by using those guys ahead of time and just kind of get some places lined up. But they would be a good resource to kind of go over pricing and stuff like that. Cebu's got a lot of places. I mean, there's so many places. They're building things up left and right. That's one of the things I actually really like about Cebu is you don't have housing shortages like you do, like probably in Dumaguete and Valencia and Iloilo and some of those other areas that we've seen, from other vloggers where they're having actually housing shortage issues there. So, but yeah, hope that answers it for you, man. One reason is because one US view is ad revenue. Yeah, we just talked about that. Right. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Look, he's not that. I don't know, man. Like I said, I like the guy. I think he's a smart kid. It was interesting to hear his perspective and what he's up to. And I don't I haven't watched a lot of his stuff, and I don't plan on building a harem here. But look, to each their own. I think in a lot of ways, you know what I mean. And so yeah, I got to be careful, right? I don't want to upset you guys for that, and I definitely don't want to offend David. Not that I'm afraid or anything. I just, you know, I'm just, it's not what I want to do on this channel. You know what I mean? I really don't. In the block protect reputation. Yeah, no, I get that too. That's a great point too, Chuck. Absolutely, and that is a factor that the girls have. As I've talked with them, there's certain things around that they do. So, Meljean lives 5 minutes away from the hotel you stayed at 2 weeks ago. Oh, really? I'll be dang. Yeah, I'll reach out to her for sure. I'll reach out to her. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for that. I'll reach out to her. I mean, she's so sweet, right? I mean, like I said, I haven't really watched much of her recently, but when I did move out, before I moved out here, especially when her and Tom were together, I watched a ton of her stuff, and I really, thought she was a sweet girl, and I liked the family. I liked the little girl dynamic that was in there too. Yeah, no, I thought it was a sweet channel. Chris, keep the click and rent it out to subscribers. Oh yeah, keep the click and rent it out to subscribers when they visit. Yeah, maybe BJ, that's not a bad idea. Although I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't recommend anyone riding around in Cebu. There's just too much traffic, dude. Unless you're really, really, really good at city driving, like if you rode, like I put on probably 50, yeah, I would say 50, 60,000 miles riding in the city in Denver. So I'm a decent city rider, but even then, I mean, just like, dude, it's so different here. I mean, with lane filtering and going in and out, and really hardly any street lights and traffic laws, and you don't have the signs that you do. Like I got pulled over for going straight when I wasn't supposed to go straight, and the signage was just absolutely horrible. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend anyone riding here in the city, but yeah, it's fun. I saw the NMAX 155 1 year ago. So yeah, sold for 100K. Yeah, you can get some decent scooters out here. The Honda ADV 160 I've been eyeballing. It's about 160,000 pesos. So yeah. Hey, what's up, man? Mayong Buntag. Good morning, good evening. What's up? How's it going? Agreed. I heard one real horror story about expats in the Philippines from one I was friends with. They definitely are problem expats that are multitudes worse. Absolutely, man. Glenn, I just, well, and here's why, right? And this is a perception I had before I came out here, is people think that you get off the plane and you're just greeted with women left and right, and there's that kind of deal, and it's not like that. And it's a very, very conservative culture. And and I think as men, if we're coming on a 2-week vacation and our goal is to date as many women as we can, I wouldn't come to the Philippines. I would not, or just go to Angeles City, but go to Bangkok, go to Pattaya, go to those areas where you can achieve that. Coming here for 2 weeks and trying to date a bunch of women, said politely, right? It's not the place to do it. It's really not. There are better places to one, accomplish that, right? If that's what you're looking to do. There really are. And like I said, Angeles City, Pattaya, those two places would be where I would go and maybe even start your journey there, right? Like, go there for a week and kind of get that through your system, and then maybe come here and see what's around and that kind of thing. But look, and I'm not judging that. I was single for 4 years, and I get it, right? I get it. I really, really do understand it. And especially as you're coming here for a vacation and you're not looking to live here, and you're, I trust me, I understand. But coming here is coming to Cebu, coming to Manila, probably isn't the best place to go for those purposes. I think there's much better places to go where you'll be better served as a man looking for some of those connections, and it won't kind of disrupt things that are going on here too, if that makes sense, right? I'm being vague about a sensitive topic, but I think it's important. Yeah. I'm looking to visit Cebu first, but what are some cities with modern amenities but aren't filled with expats? I'm 25 from US. Yeah, Glenn. Yeah, no, dude, I think you're right on. And that's what a lot of us should be doing when we're looking to come out here. Start here in Cebu. I mean, you can start Manila too. Cebu's, I think, has some advantages over Manila in a lot of ways, being centrally located, being a little bit smaller. So I would say start here. But I think some other cities that you'd want to have on your radar, I think Iloilo is a big one on your radar. CDO is another one. Davao City, Bacolod City. Just also too depends on what you're up to. If you're really into diving and stuff like that, Moalboal would be another one. There's a big dive community around there. But you could get here in Cebu, get yourself set up and established, and then try out some of these other cities. I do think that's the way to go. I think there's really 3 cities for us to start in as foreigners. I think you want to go to Manila. I think you'd come to Cebu, or you go to Davao. I think those 3 are probably the best place for us to start. And then from there, use that time to kind of figure out where you want to go, right? Yeah. Bond is an open book. He's legit. Just giving. Yeah, I'm Rich. I hear you, man. Yeah, I'm going to stay neutral a little bit on it just because I know a lot of what, I've talked a lot about it. Hey, Chris, I'm making the move in April. I set my budget at $3K a month, bringing $5K with me. In your opinion, how much should I have for emergency? 10, 20, 30K? Yeah, so $3K a month is a great budget, Chris. Great budget, right? You're going to do well. Careful now, too, when dating, because that can expand on that. But $3,000 for a single guy is rock star. You're going to do really well. And, also, too, try to stay out of BGC, try to stay out of some of these really expensive areas, maybe try to go in a little bit some of these smaller areas too that you can come to Cebu, you can get I'm in the business park, so you can find good stuff, and then 5,000 cash. That's really kind of what I had, right? And then 5,000 cash I brought with me, and then emergency, it depends. So if I would get health insurance, so with a $3,000 a month budget, you can have health insurance. So that's kind of, what's your plan, and then your emergency. It depends on what it is. Does your emergency consist of a plan to get back to the United States, right? So you're going to need probably 20 grand to get back to the United States. Is your emergency, just to kind of do with stuff here? I think, 20K is more than enough. If you have health insurance already, 20K is probably good for insurance. But, I'd say probably 20K would be good, because then you can also use that to get back to the States if you needed to, and get yourself reset up. Yeah, dude, you're in good shape, Chris. Good stuff. Good for you, brother. My own Boontog. Regarding other bloggers, agree not the best comment or give. Yeah, man. It's just there's a lot of that going on, and it makes me feel gross as another vlogger. I can't comment on what these guys are doing. I really can't. Nor should they comment on me. I think it's unfair. I think it really is. I judge people by who they are in person. And you do get a glimpse of who they are through their channel, no question. There's been some guys that I've watched, and then recently I'm like, look, I'm not into this drama, so, but for me to comment on other people, I don't want to do that route, right? Because I don't really know them. I don't. Yeah, most expats get filtered into Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, and Mexico. Easy, cheap tickets, at least from the United States. Okay. Yeah. All right. Hey, Chris and Joe, I've been looking forward to your videos. Love from Rocket City. We got a hello, Joe.
Hi.
Joe says hi. Today we're going to try to get driver's license. Man, I've got a video on this. I've been shooting the driver's license. It's been an adventure. I feel your pain for your construction injury. I'm okay. What's your site result? How was your site as a result? My site is good. My injury is a motorcycle accident injury. It almost freaking killed me. But yeah, no, I'm actually really good. I'm doing really well physically, I feel. That was the main goal of coming out here too, is to focus on my health and well-being and running and stuff. But yeah, no, things are really going good for me in many ways, honestly. Philip says, I'm interested in meeting a Filipina for a life partner, but I don't think I want to get married. Do you think that is possible? Absolutely, Philip. Not a problem, brother. Look, I think the Filipino is going to want to get married. But, as far as men coming here to find a girlfriend or a wife, probably the best place in the world. The best place in the world. Without a doubt. I'm not a world traveler, but I don't know, man. Yeah, not a problem, Philip. Not a problem. You'd probably want to talk about that right away and say, look, I'm probably not interested in getting married, but I'm interested in a life partner. I think you'd be fine. You get it out, talk about it in the open. The other thing I want to, Philip, I don't know what your concerns are around that, but if it's financial, the premarital agreements here are pretty rock solid, unlike the United States. So if your concern is financial, you can get a premarital agreement that can protect you really well. Anyways, so yeah, no, I think you'll be good. FYI, I'm male. Okay, all right, I get you, but I call it disgusting. I understand being silent is being complacent. I just hope he's paying these women at least 60% of the revenue they deserve. I get you, man. No, trust me, I get it. I need to be careful, right? And I want to be respectful. That's me. Not even to deal with YouTube, right? I want to be respectful for people, and until I fully understand the situation and what's going on, there's other vloggers that I flat out I just refuse to even watch those guys, right? It's disgusting. And so I'm in more agreement with this guy. I don't have that. And it's more of a curiosity for me than in anything. And look, I'm not saying right, wrong, good, bad, or any of that. That's another thing about me. I don't have a lot of, like, I do a lot of work and conversations about like reality and subjective reality and objective reality, and in really discovering that most of what's going on is all subjective. It's all a conversation about, is this good, bad, right, wrong? It's like, is football, American football, the best sport in the world? And in that kind of context, it's all subjective. It's all of it. It's all made up to me. And so it really, having that perspective in life really opens me up to look at things in a different way. So yeah. Hope Joe is doing well. Dean says, how are you, Joe? Are you doing good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Joe is great. Joe is happy. Joe's doing really well. She's having fun. We're having fun. We're really kind of planning the next little bit here. Some trips out to Leyte, doing stuff, kind of traveling around. We want to go back to Camotes. What's up, bro? Yeah. Yep. Going back to Camotes. So yeah, we got a couple things going on. But she is doing great. Thanks for asking, Dean. Appreciate it. Yes, I was heavily considering Cebu for a few weeks, and then maybe Davao. Absolutely, Glenn. I think both are phenomenal. My only thing about Davao, and I just got actually Barry, shout out to you, Barry, if you're watching or whatnot, but a gentleman named Barry who I met up with, he spent some time here and then went to Davao, and he replied back and kind of what we've all heard about Davao. That's beautiful town, right? Great, but it's spread out, so you really want to have your own transportation there. But I think it's a great option. As far as typhoon, it's really in a typhoon belt where they hardly ever see any storms. So there are some advantages to Davao City, I feel. Just the one thing, there are a couple things about me I didn't really like about it. One, it's so far south that you got to take a plane everywhere. And, there's not a lot of ferry options. And as a motorcyclist who wants to travel around these islands on a motorcycle, it was kind of, that kind of ruled it out. The other thing too, as far as Mindanao, just getting on my motorcycle and traveling around Mindanao isn't the best idea. Now, Davao City is safe. What is it? The safest city in Southeast Asia, I believe, right? So, I mean, Davao City is incredibly safe, but it's the surrounding areas that might not be. And could I ride my scooter up to Davao City to CDO? I don't know, right? I don't know. And that would be something I'd want to do, is really just kind of, that I'm doing here in Cebu. I'm exploring this whole island of Cebu by motorcycle, and that's not something I can necessarily do in Mindanao. But yeah, so I think Davao City is a great option for us. I think like I said, I think it's one of the top three, Manila, Cebu, and Davao City, for us to start. But I still think Cebu is probably a best option just for start. I mean, maybe you don't live here permanently, but getting here, coming here, getting yourself set up and established, getting used to your visas, all of it, right? It's a big change. It's a big jump. So, but yeah, Davo's great. And I plan on going to Davao City. Davao City is actually my evacuation plan. If if a big storm comes through, like it did, like Odette came through, that's my plan, is to hop on a plane and go to Davos City. So I'll be, it's a city I'll be checking out. Has Joe ever been to Snow World? Do you know what Snow World is, Joe?
Snow World. I'm not sure if she's talking
Hmm.
about the Underworld. That's where there are snow in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been there once.
You've been
in,
to, yeah?
in Minglanilla. Underworld. Is she
Huh.
talking about Underworld?
I'm not sure. Have you ever seen snow?
Fake snow.
You've seen fake snow?
Yeah, I've been there in Underworld. I know.
Never seen snow. Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. I've seen a lot of snow. I lived in Colorado for 20 years.
So if you experience that, I think I'm good. I don't need snow anymore.
Yeah.
I've been there. Where is it?
Filipina May. Philippine already married, have been separated for long. Her husband has moved in. Additionally, never agreed to pay for the annulment. I'm missing some things here. Yeah. Have you ever been to East Samar yet? Andrew's asking.
No, not yet.
No.
I haven't been around Leyte much.
Yes, we're going to be traveling around Leyte here real soon, man. And if you're the Andrew I've been trying to connect with, brother, we'll get here soon. I apologize. It's been busy, between traveling back and forth. Okay, Andrew World.
Underworld in Minglanilla.
I think you may be just asking about snow in general, but
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to be traveling around Leyte. We're just waiting for some weather to clear up. We're keeping an eye on a couple of low pressures that are out there, but we'll be traveling around. It's best to live in Iloilo if you're a Westerner. Yeah, John Constantine. Yeah, I recognize your name. You've made some really good comments about dating that Joe and I really liked. So shout out to you, brother. But yeah, I think Iloilo is great. I do. It was a city that was high on my list. I've had a couple of concerns though recently about Iloilo, and mainly it's because of the Canadian couple that live out there. They were out of power for like 4 days. So, can you imagine living here in the Philippines and being out of power for 4 days? But I agree. I plan on checking out Iloilo. I think we're gonna go to the Bacolod. We're gonna go to the Mascara Festival, and so yeah, we'll be checking out Bacolod City and maybe get over to Iloilo too. But I think it's it's all right. There's a lot going on there. The leadership there, the local government is really forward thinking. They've designed the city really well, from what I understand. There's boardwalks, there's exercise trails. There's a lot there. Just that power issue. 4 days no power. That's kind of spooky. Glenn, it's interesting watching some of his stuff recently. I think so too. And I think when we're in Southern Leyte, I'm going to reach out to him. I don't know if he'll, after his recent experiences, I don't know if he'll be open to, talk to another vlogger, but I don't know. I plan on reaching out to him. I think you're right on. And I've watched his channel for a lot too. So Joe's looking at me. How old is Bond? I think he's 38. Yeah, no, he's not quite half my age, so I call him a kid because he's younger, but he's a smart guy, obviously. Yeah, I think he's in his late 30s. Yeah, late 30s, early 40s. Yep. Good morning, Eve. Good morning. Stay safe. Yes, no, I'm safe here. I'm doing well. Actually, things are going really well. Things are going well. Yeah. Chris, what does Joe have a hard time understanding about American culture? Philip wants to know, Joe, what do you have a hard time understanding about my culture? Is there anything?
Not so far.
Not so far, nothing. Pretty easy. It's why it's why Americans do well here in the dating world. The culture is really ingrained here. I feel like there's not a lot of cultural differences that we struggle with, right?
Yeah, and we have a lot of common.
Yeah, we have a lot of things in common. Yeah, I can't think of any. She can't think of any.
Yeah, you can think of anything.
I can't think of anything.
Same.
Yeah, me either. It's going well. Chuck, I got a ton of miles on my big bike Harley in Indians, and I've never been on a scooter. Not to worry though. It is different riding, Chuck, brother. I have to tell you, man. Just be careful, okay? I hear you. I've got probably 70,000 miles of riding experience, all on bigger bikes. most of my riding actually is mid CC. I had a 790 Duke, I had a Tanneray 700, I had a Vulcan 650. So most of my bikes were mid. The Duke, man, that was an amazing machine. But yeah, so just lighter, more agile machines are really what's wanted here. You're going to be riding below 40 miles an hour mostly. Yeah, it's fun though. There is a Harley community here though. If you really want to ride Harleys, we passed by a group the other day, and did the biker wave, which is fun. The first time I did a biker wave since leaving the States, so it was cool. But anyways, yeah, good stuff, Chuck. Dean, talk about David Bond. I saw the Bond Girl's video. I thought to myself, would you gladly dress up in the clothing? Where's Scully Shirley? He definitely has some beautiful girls for sure, and they're so sweet. Like, I've got an interview. I've been editing it. It's just so long. It's hours worth of work, and the girls are just so sweet. They're really adorable. Sweet girls. Have you tried? Have you or Joe tried Surigao City? Or either of you have? What do you guys think of it? We haven't been to Surigao City. I want to go. Yeah, that part of Mindanao there, CDO, Surigao City. A lot of that looks amazing. It does. Do the malls in the Philippines carry molten brown body wash? Hey Joe, check this out. Do the malls in the Philippines carry molten brown body wash? Don't know if you use it, but it smells like cash money. I haven't seen that either. Yeah, it is actually really different here as far as the washes. It's hard to find deodorant for me. Like, so it's all spray, aerosol, or roll on. I don't really find stick deodorant here. That was one of the adjustments. All right, Laurel. Hello, Mr. Bruce Willis. You've mentioned about Joe being kind of fiery minutes ago. Funny, I've actually commented in one of your previous videos, Lenteñas are tough and mighty. Yes, I remember your comment. So does Joe.
He said hot and spicy.
Yes, hot and spicy.
Not mild and sweet.
Yes, Filipinos, that's right. I said that last night. That's hilarious, Joe. Filipinos are not mild and sweet. They are hot and spicy. Oh, what a video that'll be. Oh, that's a video coming up. Oh, sorry, guys. That's so funny. That is hilarious. Hello, Carefree Chris. It's nice to see you, kind, sweet guy in the Filipino to share with time with you. Yeah, good health to yours. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, we're having fun. It's fun. It's really good times here. Good times. Russians have Russian village in a small island in Davao. Okay. I'm surprised Americans don't have their own village. Yeah. I can see that a little bit. We do, right? We have the Cebu Business Park and we have IT Park. It's pretty much all Westerners. I mean, some Europeans and stuff like that. But yeah, fun. Well, forgot to ask, do you need any vaccinations? I heard about viruses, diseases, mosquitoes carried down there, but the vaxes from the event a year ago turned me off about vaccines. I hear you, Glenn. So yes, there was a hepatitis series of shots that I got before coming out here. And it takes a long time. I think it took like 8 months to get the vaccination, but I would just talk to your doctor. That's what I did, Glenn. I went out to my primary care physician and said, hey, look, I'm considering, this time it was traveling. I said, look, I'm going to travel to the Philippines. I'll be there for 3 weeks. Is there any vaccinations that I should have? And they'll coach you on that. I do recall there was a couple that I got. I don't remember all of them, but brother, I understand. And when I went, I think it was pre-pandemic when I started to get my shots, or maybe it was during. But yeah, there are some, mainly around hepatitis, but maybe there was also typhoid. I can't remember. There might have been a couple. I feel like Chris and Scotty would do a collab, though. Joe and so many other vloggers, girls hate Scotty for whatever reason. Yeah. I think any vlogger who is not liked by their local audience has to be careful. I really do, man. And there's a lot of them. If you're not liked by the country you live in, especially Southeast Asia, I mean, that's just, dude, that's not smart. It's not. I think it's a real recipe for danger, right? If there's one thing I've learned about being here, as a Westerner, I think we would struggle with is you got to check yourself. You got to be careful. You have to be respectful. You get yourself, not so good situation if you're not. in this country, in Southeast Asia in general. It's a, you know, when you have a culture that is about saving face, it's different. It's really, really different. We gotta be careful as Westerners here in that regard. We have to be respectful, I feel, right? Anyways, good stuff. Chris, I'm truly enjoying your content and enjoyed watching your relationship grow with Joe. She may have a little fun in her personality, but we'll see with happiness in your face. Yeah, no, it's been great. Like I said, it's really cool to be in a relationship again and be connected with another human being. It's been something that hasn't been there for me since 2019, and maybe even earlier, right? Is you know, I'm still really great friends with my ex-wife. We're great friends. We really, really are. But you know, our relationship was failed. So, you know, I hadn't been connected with somebody in maybe even close to 10 years. So it's really been great for the both of us. I feel it's been, I can't speak for Joe, but she seems pretty happy. She's smiling. She's doing good. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. James Nichols, I really love your attitude. I've had a bad taste in my mouth from Vlogger of War. Yeah, I hear you, brother. But you gave me hope. Still nice vloggers out there. Say hello to your girlfriend. She's very pretty. Thanks, James. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, yes. Hey, sweetie. How are you? So these guys are up in Danaus City, just north. Remember, we're going through the port. We've been trying to do a collaboration now for well over a month about the Chasing Chicken video. We need to connect. We will connect soon. We got to do this. We got to catch that chicken. There's a chicken that needs to be catching. By the way, yeah, you should, you know, check out these guys. I met these guys up in there was a meet and greet that It's Wang did, Rowena, and so she's got another small channel right here that they do. So yeah, check them out. Really sweet girls. You know, yeah, good for you, sweetie. Sam, now that you've been in the Philippines for several months now, what restaurants from the U.S. chains and local do you really miss? What restaurants do I miss? So up until recently, I've missed Mexican food, but I found a Mexican place, and it's all right. Like the tortillas the tortillas are missing, but they have the chorizo. They don't have the chorizo is not there. I'm sorry, but they do have. I had some chicken tacos. What's in the cilantro? So they had the good cilantro. They got onions. The chicken tacos were good, except the tortilla was it's not. It's okay. It's different. But yeah, they had burritos. So Mexican food is still a little bit of a miss. I can't think of anything else. The most favorite food that I have are mangoes. Man, the mangoes are they're amazing. I would miss the mangoes if I went to the United States. I would miss the mangoes. Yeah. Would it be practical to ship my lowrider over? I don't think so. You can look into that. So here's the thing about that. It's going to be really expensive for you to buy one here. Very expensive. So you might want to check, right? If you're a mechanic and you can disassemble and reassemble it, yeah, man. You know, and you probably would be if you're if you're a Harley rider. No offense. But yeah, I mean, I think if you could take it apart and put it back together, you might be able to do that. I would dig, because they are expensive here. They're you know, they're a lot. They're more than what you'd get in the United States. Hey, Eve, thanks for enjoying the stay in the Philippines. Can't wait to get home. Plane tickets now. To watch. Just wait and save money. I miss you, Felix. Miss my family. Yeah. No, I'm loving it here. I'm really am. And this is home for me now. So I'm loving it here. I'll probably, you know, travel around Southeast Asia to get out and you know, do some trips out to Thailand and Vietnam, and I want to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. You know, I'll probably be doing some other trips, but this is home. This is home for me. Jeff, good to see you again from Chicago. Hey, Jeff, good evening there. Thanks for being here, brother. I appreciate it. Hope all is good there. Hope you're staying cool a little bit in Chicago. I know you guys get some weather out there, man. Intense winters, intense summers. Oof, man. Hector, I get it that men come to the Philippines for women, but the type of quality of men that come in over here are less than desirable. They're not. Yeah, no, I hear you, Hector. And you know, I'm trying to do my part to promote the Philippines as a conservative environment where, you know, if you're looking for a wife or girlfriend, this is the place. You know, for men like myself and others who, you know, so that's what I'm trying to do my part. Yep. since the slip from the ex-wife, I started dating somebody, and she started talking about babies and marriage. I normally can't run from the bus, but I overtook Usain Bolt and I ran away. You know, I got to be careful with this conversation. I'm not against it. You know, I'm not. You know, I have to be careful in this conversation. Nice to see you and Joe getting so well. We hang on to that. Hang on to Spicy, bro. It will not keep you on your toes. Yes, it will create 100 of those dash. Yes, yeah. No, Chris, things are going well. Really appreciate it. They really are. It's been great. Boots on the ground for the first time in less than 30 days. Makati, Bilaran, Cebu, Bohol, Soulful Adventures, dude. Good for you, man. Oh, you got to be excited. You got to be excited. Oh, what a trip, too. Yeah, Makati, Bilaran, Cebu. I don't know. Where's Billy Ran at? Do you know where that's at? Somewhere what? Somewhere in Leyte? All right, cool, man. Yeah, nice, dude. Good for you, man. Good for you. You're the exception, Chris. Just talk straight. Yeah, no, thanks, Hector, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm trying, man. I really am. I'm trying. I really am. Because it's concerning to me. And if you look at my video when I talk about dating, I'm, you know, it's concerning to me. And the reason is, look, we watch these guys. I watch these guys sitting in Ayala Park trying to pick up women all the time. And it's just, they know, the women know, the Filipinos know. And there's Filipinos who refuse to go to the Ayala Mall because they don't want to deal with foreigners, right? So, guys, we just got to be cool, right? We got to be cool when we get here. We got to be, I get it, right? I've said this 100 times. We've been deprived of any kind of intimacy for years. And we get here and we see, you know, we start getting attention. And I understand we got to relax a little bit. We got to take our time, you know that this is a respectful, you know, conservative culture, and we'll be good. We just got to be a little bit careful when we come here. And there are places to meet women, but Ayala malls are not it, guys. They're, you know, go to a park, you know, go somewhere like that where you can meet somebody and just be casual. Don't be super aggressive in your approach. Just, these are shy people, men and women, and they are very interested in us. But at the same time, we need to be respectful, because they like us now, but you know, it might not take long for that to change, you know, especially as we you know, change the way we are. So let's keep it going. Let's do our part, right? If you want to avoid humidity in the Philippines, try Baguio City. It's cooler and it has good hospitals. Universities are good. Yep, good vegetarian restaurants. Capital of the Philippines. Yeah, Rose, I think there are a lot of options. I know a lot of people talk about Baguio. Honestly, I think Cebu City, you know, we're 15 minutes from the mountains here, in 30 minutes from being up at the elevation. I mean, Joe and I that was 30 minutes away for us. But that Miss Mountain Resort video we did on that doesn't even have aircon. No aircon. You don't need it. So I do think Baguio City gets a lot of hype about it, but I think there are options all throughout the Philippines where you can accomplish that. Of course, Dumaguete with Valencia, right? You can go up in Valencia, but even right here in Cebu City, I think there's a lot of options too, as far as getting up in elevation where it's cooler. But I don't mind the weather here. I really don't. The weather's been a non-factor for me. Hasn't been a big issue. Yeah. Eleanor, I am from Eastern Samar, but live in Virginia. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Eastern Samar. I'm going to be checking out Leyte here real soon. As soon as that weather clears up, I'll be there. Right? Right. Joe and I will be touring around. Marshall Butters, food vlogger from Australia, went all the way down to Mindanao to the territories of Muslim Mindanao. Yep, few Western vloggers have ventured there already. I think Mindanao is now fairly. Gio's been down to. He's been all throughout that area too. He was down in, what's that, Zimbabwe or whatever that was. The parts, you know, you don't want to have your head on you, but there are parts that we just probably shouldn't tour around. You know, there's just not. I mean, and why would you, when you've got a whole country of areas that are, no question, that are completely safe, to go to an area that is questionable? So look, and I'm not saying Mindanao is bad. I'm not that. I believe that there are great cities for us to go to. I think if we're, especially in Eastern Mindanao, I think it's great. CDO, General Santos, Davao City. But look, the truth is, exploring some of those Western parts are not a good idea for us, I feel. And that's just not me. That's kind of the general consensus. And you can look at United States tourism sites or travel sites too that they give you warnings on certain areas. So can you go to those? Yeah, I think you could. Would you want to live there? No, I don't think that's a good idea. But could you potentially go and visit and spend, I think when Gio was there, he went in and he was in and out, like he spent a weekend. But yeah, no, I think it's kind of hyped up a little bit as far as the safety issues there, but I think there's also some truth in there, and that we need to have some serious caution in traveling through some of those areas there too. At least that's my perspective. That's kind of what I feel, and I could be wrong, but that's, and like I said, for me, there's just so many more areas that I want to go to. Right now, what's that? There's a Camigan Island, just north of there. There's another island that Chad Foster did. I'm trying to get out to. So many places. Dean, the funny thing was, I thought of my overtaking Usain Bolt as like a nickname, Little Buddha, because I'm short and round. Yes, short and round to the ground. Oh, good for you, man. JP at Tin Whistle. Yeah, that's a big issue. Age gap dating. Rosefield. Yep. Yeah. They want the foreigner. Plus, the foreigner baby too is it's something that people or the Filipino women would really like. They try to get a lighter colored eye, and light skin color is something that's really popular here. It's something that so there's a little bit of pull for that, to have a foreigner baby. I think in like Hollywood and stuff, or not Hollywood, but a lot of the movies and stuff here, you definitely have like a lot of mixed race kids with foreigners and Filipinos. So yeah, Chris, I'm 48. Can you call me young man, but not a kid? Yeah, BJ, you're like 4 years younger than me, so you're still a kid. Oh, too funny. Sulfur Adventures. So many islands in 30 days. That's ambitious. Enjoy it. Yeah, Bob, you bring up a good point, right? So, just be careful when you're coming out here. Try not to do the American thing or the Western thing where we just kind of bam, 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 and because I just think you'll open yourself up to maybe some potential problems, because things sometimes don't go as planned. Like for us, when we do the ferry stuff, we get there at 9:30 to catch a 10:30 ferry, to find out that the ferry actually leaves at 10. That the information isn't necessarily accurate. So you want to give yourself plenty of time to do things here, as you can hit obstacles and cancellations and changes and stuff like that. So good thing you brought that up, Bob, because I do think that's something, as Westerners, we have to consider as we're coming out here, because we're used to like boom, 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 right? We're highly effective, highly organized in our travel. A lot of us are, and that can lead to problems here. Hello, Eleanor Fernandez. I'm from Tacloban Lete. I lived in Maryland. Huh. Also live in Virginia. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys might know each other there. That's great. The best natural deodorant is Tawas. Yes, Joe is actually using it right now.
Yeah, you might want to use that.
Yeah, all right. Thank you. I will find out what that is. That's what she uses right now. Tawas. 9:30, 9:43. Okay, I'm about 50 minutes behind. We'll get caught up here. Hot and spicy Latinas. Yes. Hot and spicy Latinas. All right, I'm getting in trouble. Joe is really beautiful and sexy. My wife also has the same build as her as she was younger. And yes, Filipinos are very fiery. My wife was timid, sweet girl, and now she's a tiger. I hear you, John. Oh, good stuff, dude. Good stuff. Good for you, brother. Hey, John. Hey, Chris. Stick deodorant. Let's go to Landers. I got a membership. Dude, I want to check out Landers, brother. Let's go sometime. I want to see if that's something I want to get a membership to. So, yeah, appreciate it. Hey, also, too, I think I met a subscriber yesterday. He was asking me about dry cleaning here in the Philippines. So I think he actually found one, but I might hit you up for that on dry cleaners here. But good morning, brother. Hope you're good there. Dean, I was jokingly say about American culture and fineness, and you have to understand to love the movies, hamburgers, Coca-Cola. And if you have a big mouth, just make sure other person isn't armed. Yeah, no, that's right. Absolutely. 3 shots over 6 months for the hep and typhoid. Yeah, tetanus. Yep, Chuck. I think that's exactly what it was that I got. Yep, I got hep, I got typhoid and tetanus. Yeah, good stuff. Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate that, brother. Please ask Joe if I should say to this the Filipina I really like. All right, come over here, Joe. He wants to know if he should say this to a Filipina that he really likes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Yep,
You can say that to her.
she says, yep, that's fine, and you can say that to her.
It's funny the last part.
It's funny the last part?
Yeah, but yeah,
It's
fine.
good. What's she's laughing still, so it must be good. Must be good. Obviously there is more to American culture, but yeah, no, I hear you, dude. I hear you, brother. Yeah, no, I got you, culture. I kind of read through stuff. It's interesting. I don't know if I have mild dyslexia or whatever, but I just kind of read through it and sometimes make up my own words. But even the misspelled words I read is what they are. I discovered your channel about the reason you go there talking about U.S. politics. Yep, and your looks improved a lot since then. Yeah, thanks, man. There's no stress now. You look fit. I'm doing all right. You know, one of the things, John, for me, you know, just kind of getting schedules, getting things nailed down. You know, with the past month, Joe and I traveling around, I haven't been able to exercise as much, but yeah, I'm trying, man. It's definitely an important part of who I am and staying fit and staying healthy. So it's the whole reason why I moved out here, is to really kind of focus on that. Do you like Jollibee thus far? I've never tried it. Currently talking to my Filipino about Jollibee. Yes, yeah, Glenn, it's not too bad. We actually had Jollibee for lunch yesterday. I don't mind it. You know, it's all right. It's convenient. It's fast. The rice is okay. Yeah, I'm a fan. Yeah, I like it. Eleanor, northern part of Samar. Cool. I'm flying business class from Toronto soon. Going to be a 16-hour flight to Manila. Yeah, Glenn, that's the way to do it if you can afford it, man. That is the way to do it. Get more room, lay back. I wish I could have. That's expensive ticket. Mahal. Disassemble your lowrider and send it through. Absolutely. No, you're right. That's what I was saying. If you're a mechanic, that would be the way to go. If you could put it together. BB Shaw, ha. See if I can catch up here. 9:35. Okay. Eve. Chris, good to see you again. Aloha from Hawaii. Yes. Hey, the Hapsters. Yeah, man. No, thanks for being here. I recognize you guys. Hope all is great in Hawaii. Hope things are good there. Dean, this was very diplomatic regarding running past from Museum. Baguio is so crowded and it's not what's it used to be. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I really, it does get a lot of talk of hype, I think, Baguio, but I think there are a lot of great places you can get up in elevation and escape it. Like I said, right here in Cebu, you know, we can get up and you know, out of the heat and stuff. And really beautiful. I heard Amazon delivers to the Philippines. There are quite a number of books that I love to write off my list while I'm there. Yeah, absolutely, Glenn. You can get, so anything over $50, you can get free shipping on most items. Not everything was going to qualify for that, but so you want to go over $50, and then you want to stay, I think it's below 200. So above 50 and below 200. And then the reason above 200 is that there'll be a tax on that kind of stuff. So you're absolutely right. I love my times in the Philippines. My wife's family is from Concepcion, Tarlac. It was always my hideaway from the world. My father-in-law always made sure I had everything I wanted and needed. Yeah, man. I love it here, man. The people, you know, there's a lot of talk, right, about the Filipinas and how generous they are, but the Filipinos too. It's a culture. It's men and women, a friendly, inviting people, man. You know, like I said, John, one of my good friends here, you know, a guy, and we've just really connected. It's just it's a friendly group, man. It's just the men and the women, just beautiful people. Love it. Hey, Chris, I got to run. Have a good day. Hey, BJ, take care there, brother. Yeah, man, we'll see you around. Be on for a little bit here. We're just hour and 20 minutes, so we'll go a while, maybe around 2 hours. We're good with 2 hours, Joe. Yeah, we'll probably go 2 hours. I'm a little kid in North Virginia. Okay, you guys are talking back. Yeah, it's people from Virginia. Nice. Okay. Soulful Adventures. My plan is to extend for longer than 30 days. I'm actually visiting people in each place except Bohol, where I'm relaxing on Alona Beach. Yeah, dude. It's great. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, Bohol's great. I want to get back out to Bohol and do some traveling around there. Just to be mindful that we're entering in the rainy season. I don't know. We talked a little bit about this earlier. If you were on, I like the app Windy. I use that. I actually have the premium version. I like it because I can track low pressure systems as they're coming in and watch that. So yeah, but yeah, it should be good. Hey, look me up if you need anything. We might be traveling a little bit, but if something comes up where I can help, I'll be in Cebu for now. But yeah, we're gonna be going out to Leyte for a while. Joe's from Leyte. Get ready for Tampo. Took me by surprise, Smith. Yes, took me by surprise too. It's all right.
Yes.
Uh-oh. In Mindanao, 3 months last winter, back in August. Never felt safer. Yeah, my Mac trips. Just heard U.S. State Department basically don't go far west. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, you're right, Bob. It's a good call. Yeah. So I think you're right. CDO, Davao, all that. I think that whole region is perfect. It's fine for us. I mean, even there's that place too, the Polig City, I think it is, just south of Dumaguete. I think those areas are great. It's just really that region. What's that? Western. So the western part, I just think there's better places for us to go. I mean, really, it's questionable. So why even really kind of risk it? But yeah, I think Mindanao in general, we're good. Great motorcycle trip through the mountains. Yep, from CDO to Davao. Okay, beautiful mountain, and yeah. So John, my buddy, he was just there. He just was talking about a similar trip. So yeah, no, yeah, I'm really excited about motorcycling throughout the Philippines. I hear Negros is some of the best riding, and I can't wait to check it out. There's another motorcycle blogger, Riding with Hero. He's an Australian guy. I watch him a little bit. He's done a bunch of stuff. I'll probably hook up with him when I'm in Negros and maybe do some rides with him. If he's down, it'd be great. Lots of good mechanics in Cebu. You can probably assemble a lowrider for super cheap. Nice, dude. Right. Sounds like he's getting some good information there. Got a friend from Cali visiting Filipino good son in Albany province where Mayon volcano is erupting. Wow. Haven't seen many bloggers cover lava flow. That even though Scotty was just through there. Interesting. Yeah. You got a volcano going on, Joe, that you know of? Yeah. JP's talking about it. Okay. Yeah, that was one of the other reasons too why I was kind of avoided Luzon is just the really active volcanoes that are going on there, and it felt a little bit better here in Cebu. But yeah, it's very interesting to me too when I'm on the beach and I see all this lava rock and it just it does make you think. I've never lived in a volcano area, and it's a little bit spooky for me. Glenn, the lady I'm speaking with is near General Santos. I don't plan to delve into province into the province for long. She'd make me meet her family. Yeah, it's safe. Yeah, no, I think General Santos is fine. I think you're good there, dude. I mean, you just stay in the city, right? But I think General Santos is fine. Yeah, no, I think you're good there. Come on, Break Geo record. Yeah, come on, Break Geo's 12. I remember that. I watched that. I watched part of that live. Yeah, because Old Dog just did one for 8 hours. I think that the week or so before. Yeah, Geo, that's crazy. And his content has actually stepped up some, I think, recently. Geo and Rike. I've gotten a lot out of both those guys recently. So yeah, hats off to those brothers. Hey, thanks for listening to my rant and expressing your opinion. Hector, no problem, man. I am with you. I'm with you. I get it. I do. I get it, man. And I want to do my part to bring expats here who are generous and kind, and so that way we can keep the good reputation that we have here in this country. So, brother, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Yep, you're preaching to the choir. What's one food that do you love that is from the Philippines, Dean? Mangoes. Love them. I mean, if I left the Philippines, I would be so sad for the mangoes. Yep. I love the mangoes and the fresh fish. You know, coming from Colorado, we had trout, right? I think what you from? Are you from Wyoming? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, we had trout there, but you know, fresh fish here is just amazing. So I love that. Although most of it's fried, but you can get some stuff grilled. Typhoons affect your travel schedule, though. To best prepare for that. Yeah, exactly. Soulful. Just keep an eye. I like the Windy app. I really feel like that's a great way to track the low pressures as they're coming in. Yeah, I'm really a big fan of that app. Shout out to you again, Rod, from Amazing Philippines, for talking about that. What's been your most difficult thing to adjust for since you arrived? You know, Andrew, the first couple months were a little bit rough, just kind of being by myself, and you know, I didn't date much for the first 6 months, so I was by myself on this journey, and so just adapting and not having a lot of friends, and so that was a little hard. I'm not going to lie, and then you know, being away from my family, even though through the pandemic we really didn't see each other much, and you know, it was a digital relationship there, so it was also a factor why I was like, yeah, I can make this move. But those were some hard parts. That's really it. But just then knowing, right? I mean, and what kind of got me through that, Andrew, is just keeping my focus on, I moved here for my health. I moved here for dating. And even though I hadn't really dated in my, I was in the beginnings of my journey of my health and my fitness, that, just making progress on that kind of stuff really, really helped for me. Being running and that kind of deal, and then going to the gym, just maintaining my focus really was great. And then honestly, doing YouTube has helped out a lot for me as well. Making friends, making connections, talking about stuff as I go through it. So yeah, great question, Andrew. Thank you. Leyte is very beautiful, very lush, very green, but it's undeveloped, unlike Cebu and Iloilo. Yeah, I'm really excited to check out Leyte. I really am. I think it's going to be a beautiful trip, and we'll go out and meet Joe's family and that kind of thing, and then do a lot of vlogging. Although I broke my X3 in Bantayan, so I'm a little bit disappointed about that. I'm not really sure if the footage is going to be any good out of that anymore. It's really scratched up the lenses, but we'll see. Which is disappointment, because I think it's a great moto vlogging camera. Give me a few months to get settled and I'll go some rides with you, Chuck. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Yeah, I'm down, man. I'm down. Let's go ride. Yeah. And I think there's some bikes here, and there's some Harley. If you're gonna ship out your bike, there's some Harley riders out here. There's not many, but there's some. There's actually a Harley dealership in Cebu, and there's a community out there. I got a Royal Enfield 100 350, which I'm digging. It's a great community there too as well. There's a lot of riding communities here. There really are a lot of groups that are out here, more than the United States, I feel. Yeah. 1 second. I'll wet my whistle. I was stationed in Germany at the same time Gio was. We're both from different bases. Not sure if our paths ever crossed. Oh, that's so cool, Chuck. Well, when you get out here, you should look him up. I think he's a little bit accessible. I think so. He does stuff. I also think he's a little more reserved in some ways. I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing, but I think you can get him if you wanted. Reach out to him. He's down in Duma. I plan on getting down to Dumaguete at some point too. I don't know when. Maybe next year. Our family is near Corridor City, north of General Santos province, though. Honestly, I intend to stick into the city. Dude, I think let's take a look, right? We got some time. We're all caught up. Let's take a look. Let's pull up a map and let's go down to, sorry, I'm on my iPad over here, just kind of looking. Let's go down to General Santos. John, are you still on? Yeah, dude, I think you're fine there. Yeah, I think you're fine there. And what you want to avoid is, you don't really want to go much further west. But I General Santos, to my knowledge, is fine. Yeah, no, you should be all right, and you're just going there to hang out and meet. Yeah, no, I think you'd be. I don't know if there's I don't think there's any real warnings about that particular area. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think it's a little bit overhyped as far as some of the stuff there in Mindanao. All of Mindanao is not an issue. I think there are definitely portions and pockets that we should avoid. As we talked about, like that Zumbanga area, and really probably that whole peninsula. Just let's not go there, right? But General Santos, Davao City, CDO, the Dipolog City, as I'm looking at the map, you can go to Dipolog City, but probably don't go further west or south. CDO is fine for us to go to. There's just a lot of options. Batuan is fine for us to go to. Siargao City. Yeah. General Santos, I think should be just fine. Where is my girlfriend? Christian wants to know. She is here. She's sitting on the couch. She's chilling out. We're got a little bit of a day today. We're planning out. I'm going to try to get my driver's license. Day 3 of trying to get my driver's license. What an adventure that's been. Holy mackerel. It's been crazy. Are you doing the TRT? I've considered it, JP. Tim K and Anthony of the World or Bust are doing it. It's a very popular fitness crowd in the US. I'm concerned about it. I've considered it, right? So there's been some testosterone questions for me over the past decade. Just some things that I've noticed. And to me, I don't like any of that kind of stuff. I'd like to do things naturally if I can. And I'm actually probably not going to do anything like that. Is some of the questions and concerns that I had, or some of the were around dating. And I don't have those questions anymore since dating Joe. I'm trying to keep a straight face here. Oh, golly. Yeah, I think I'm good for now. I did think about it. But I don't think I'm going to pursue that. And I did get tested in the United States. I went to an endocrinologist. I did test it on the low side, but I'm also 52. I'm not 18. So, and I just, that kind of stuff, hormone replacement kind of spooks me a little bit. And I just want to be really careful. I do, when I get a primary care physician, I'll go through and I'll run some numbers and test again. But right now, it's not something I'm going to keep looking into, just because I feel like the negatives would outweigh the pros for me. I think they would, but I could be wrong. I'm going to go get checked out though. Another thing too, JP, around that is around my accident. Because I broke my hips, I sustained quite a bit of damage too. I'm all healed up and now, but there are some, I don't want to go into detail, but I have some concern about my ability to produce that kind of, given the damage that I had in my accident. So, but things are healed, but that was, definitely smashing my hip area on a motorcycle. It's going through a windshield, did a lot of damage to my midsection. So anyways, without getting too graphic. Have you met Rod? I have not met from Rod. I would love to meet Rod, right? Yeah, no, you're right. Thank you. Rod, Meljean, I need to reach out to those guys. Rod's a great guy, man. I would love to meet Rod, right? He does a really good job at hiding himself, but as soon as he talks, as soon as he opens his mouth, Rod. TRT, I hear, is impossible to get. I think, Glenn, there's some guys getting it, right? As JP was talking about. I know Tim K's doing that. Actually, I think I met another guy who's working on that too. I don't know, but so the thing for me too about that, once you start, you're done, right? You're on it forever. So I would just rather, if I can maybe boost some of that stuff with food and diet and exercise, I would much rather go that route than trying to take a supplement for something I don't even really need. And I'm questioning it. Like I was saying before, it was something that I thought maybe I needed. But I don't know now. I think I don't know. I want to get tested and see. Make sure you have a breathable rain gear before a long motorcycle. Yes, cheap. Yes, Bob, I brought, so, riding in the United States, we have really good gear, and I brought that with me. I've got a really nice climb jacket and pants that are really great for heat and rain. So I've got really, really good gear. I've got a Shoei helmet, which is actually really hard to find here. Really nice Shoei helmet with Pack Talk comms. So I brought a lot of my gear with me. But you're right. Really good rain gear is key here. The nice thing though about it too, Bob, is it's not like in the States in Colorado where it's 50 degrees and raining. You got 80 degrees and rain, so it's not so bad as you're riding. It actually kind of feels pretty good. But yeah, good point. A collab with Commander Dot would be awesome too, particularly when covering Davao. Okay, all right, yeah, sweet man. Yeah, I'll get out there at some point. Definitely down the road. I definitely see Negros. I see Leyte in the immediate future. But I want to get down to Dumaguete and that kind of thing. But yeah, is there a typhoon there again? Yeah, Christian, there's a storm. There's a couple of storms. There's some low pressures to the north of us, but there's another one building off east that we don't know where it's going. So we're keeping an eye on that. My understanding this time of year, we're coming into the rainy season where it could just be one after the other. So yeah, definitely keep an eye to the weather. But yeah, if you can start TRT, you'll have to. Yep, it's a permanent deal. Yep, no, you guys are right. Day 3 of trying to get your license. Yeah. Well, the joys of formalities. Yeah. No, it's day 3, man. It's taken hours to get my license, but I think we got everything. I got a stack of paperwork. This is what I'll be submitting to the DMV. Just all my visa receipts, my passports, a copy of my ACR card, copy of my Colorado driver's license, front and back. Yeah. So I got a stack of like 20 papers that I have to get. So hopefully we'll get that done today. There are actually mangoes here that taste very similar to the Philippines mangoes. Okay, cool. You won't miss them if you come back to the United States. All right. Thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah. And it's funny because I didn't really try, I don't think, the mangoes in the United States much. But here, I love them. Man, they are so good. They are so good. I feel like after I eat one, I practically need to take a shower because I'm like covered in mango. They're just so juicy. Glenn, I think Tim might have gotten from the U.S. Not sure, honestly. Okay. Yeah, and maybe I'm able to meet him in our time in Leyte. I mean, we're going to be really close. Joe's like a half hour away from him. So I plan on reaching out to him to see, I can't blame him, though, if he's not really open to meeting. But same thing I was talking about with David, man. I mean, anyone who's been doing this for a couple of years, I would love to talk to them. I'm a rookie. I've been doing this, 6 months now, maybe, if that. There's still so much for me to learn, and I take advice from anyone who's been doing this for a long time. So I would love to meet with Tim, even if it's just not to do a video together, but just to talk to him. Like, what's been his experience? What coaching does he have? And, for a new guy, I would love to chat with him. John, I'm hoping that you'll have some interview with Mark Thornton and Paul from Old Dog. That would be great. Like I said, anybody would it be? And look, who wouldn't want to sit with Old Dog? I mean, video or not, who wouldn't want to sit with that guy and just laugh, right? I mean, come on, man. The guy's incredible. I would love to. I would love to sit with that guy and just chat, video or no video. Just a character, right? And his life experiences just be phenomenal. Most of the anti-government Muslims, rebels now are too old to fight. Most of them are retired or dead. Most Muslim people in Mindanao. Now, peace. Yeah, it's so good to know. Love. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, thank you for giving that perspective. I think that's it's really, really important because while I feel like it's overhyped, I also feel like there's some concern for us. We need to be, I think, mindful when we go over there too. Mindful everywhere, but I think people don't need to be, I can't go to Mindanao, I can't travel there at all. No, I don't want to portray that either. I think there are a lot of places we can go to, and I do feel maybe there is some reason to be cautious in certain areas, and extremely cautious, and probably not go. But yeah, I don't know either the details of which. I'm really just kind of repeating what I've heard on that particular topic. So yeah, good stuff. Thank you. Have you and Joe figured out each other's good and bad habits? Have we figured out each other's bad habits, and do they give you each other the giggles? So we both shake legs. We both have shaky legs. Like we'll be sitting there and our legs will be going like that. What about the first thing you said?
Fart bombs.
Fart bombs. Me giving you? Oh my gosh! I can't repeat it. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, our habits. Actually, so it's been a month, so it's still really new. We're still figuring out a lot of each other, but I really feel like we gel really well with each other, and yeah, we have a lot in common. We have a lot of similar interests. We like similar things. Um, there hasn't been super annoying stuff, you know, some of the cultural stuff that people talked about earlier and joked around with Tampo, that kind of thing. As far as communication, you know, being a Westerner, we're very open, and Filipinos tend to be a little more guarded, I feel. And so just I think that's one thing that we talk about too is just look, let's just talk things through as they come up. And I respect and just kind of give her time. It's like, look, you know, if you need some time to kind of think things through or whatnot, you know, definitely do that. But let's have a conversation because I you know, this has always been my philosophy with relationships. The mark of a good relationship isn't the fact that you fight or don't fight. You're gonna have arguments. You're gonna have disputes in a relationship. But a sign of a good relationship, to me, the sign of a good relationship is how quickly can you get back to a good space, right? How quickly can you get back to love? If you have a fight or an argument, does that last for weeks or does it last for minutes? You know, can you get back to the good relation? To me, that's what makes a very healthy, successful relationship is how quickly can you guys resolve problems? And but yeah, no, I think that's been one of the one things too is just kind of working through how we communicate with each other. So, have you heard of some vegetarians getting? I've heard of some vegetarians getting it from VA over there. Oh, okay. Veterans, vegetarians. There we go. There's my dyslexia going through, making up words. Yeah, veterans from the VA getting over there. Yeah, no, I do know that there's some people, there's been some talk about it. It was on my radar when I first got here, just because it was something that I was considering even like years ago. Like I've been tested probably 4 or 5 times, and at all the times I've been kind of at the lower end of that scale. And actually, the last time I was below the scale, but you need in the United States, you need 2 consecutive low tests before they do any kind of replacement. So, and then the 10 when I tested again, it was in the normal range. So I'm going to get it checked out here to see where I'm at. But right now, I really don't feel like it's a big missing for me. And I don't know. I'm going to talk to some professionals about it. It's been on my radar for sure. Yeah, the moral put up a damn struggle. I read the book of the toughest group in the Spanish tussle against the culture centuries ago. Okay. Sorry, I meant Joe. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, I got you. I read through it. Said I make up words as I go. Obviously. I really believe the fighting in Mindanao is over. Okay. Okay, cool. There's actually U.S. military base now based in Muslim area Mindanao. I've heard that too. I've heard that there are some active military stuff going on there in that area. I think you're probably right. Yeah, I haven't been over there much. I prefer Shoei and Arai helmets. Same. I've got a Shoei head. My head's more of a Shoei. I've had Shoei the whole time. I think I had the RF 1400 was my street helmet. I think that's what it was. And I've got a couple of helmets here now. Yeah, they're hard to find here. They're very hard to find Shoei helmet because no one's going to buy them. They're very expensive. My helmet was 35,000 pesos, and when I told people that, they're like, 35,000 pesos. You know, no one would buy a 35,000 peso, but that's a Shoei helmet. Yeah, a Chuck, a U.S. friend got deployed. Rack post 9/11 BS. Yep, I got a little PTSD before we moved there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like it might be a little bit hard. I've had Viagra from but asked low T was tested. My levels weren't low enough, but that's been a while too. Yeah, Chuck. Yeah, I might be looking at that. So I'm gonna get a primary care physician. I'm gonna be doing a lot of that stuff, looking at the medical stuff here, just because too I've had some weird stuff with dizziness. That's been a little bit of concern for me. So I want to go get checked out around that. See, I think it was hydration, but I don't know. It's still kind of, sometimes I get dizzy when I'm laying down, like almost always I've been getting dizzy when I'm laying down. And it's getting better as I've thought it was dehydration, and I'm drinking a lot more water, but it's still kind of there, which is a little bit spooky. Good night. Yes, good night, Laura. Appreciate it. Enjoy participating live for the first time. Hey, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I know it's late United States time. We'll go a little bit longer. I think we'll go to 2 hours. We'll go another 15 minutes or so if people are on. We're a little bit down, but that's all right. That's all right. I like, this is good. The U.S. mango is actually from Mexico, and the Mexico calls in the Philippine mango is not the same, but the best mangoes are from the Philippines. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think you're right on there. I think I've had mangoes, and they're from Mexico. A little bit different. The mangoes here are just so sweet and juicy. I'm telling you, man, I need a shower after eating one of them. They're really good. I like them. I'm a big fan. I get mango smoothies, I get mango shakes, I get mango desserts, mango cheesecake, mango ice cream, right? We're both heavy into mango. Old Dog is a blast. Would be funny if you had Old Dog on one side and Goldfinger on the other side. I know it, right? Dude, I'm telling you, those two are a freaking riot, man. I am the same way. I'm a fan. Oh, that would be a dream, to sit with Old Dog and to those guys and just chat, not even camera on, but just that would be really cool. I would love that, Tim K mentioned in his live the other day, he's up for meeting other vloggers in Leyte if they reach out to him. Andrew, I hear you. I watched that live. It's on my radar. Like I said, I would love to go out and meet with him, and we're going to be a half hour from him. So I'll reach out. We'll see. Like I said, I don't necessarily blame him for, not, kind of after what happened with his last kind of stuff, but it sounded like he was pretty disappointed in that. So, but we'll see. I would love to talk to him about YouTube and about, Philippines, and he's got a lot of knowledge in both of those areas. So, have I tried balut yet? I have not tried balut. I'm not going to try balut. Yeah, the Oxton. Oh yeah, Joe tried Oxton the other day. It was lemmy. John had us went to this restaurant. We were over in where was that restaurant? Yeah, Robinson's Galleria. We tried a really good restaurant out there. They were serving ox tongue. That was pretty good. But I have not tried balut yet. Oh, I got something in my eye now. From Mexico, yeah, $1. The mangoes from Mexico, Philippines. Yeah, I bet they're expensive. The mangoes from the Philippines, they're in the United States. Yeah, it makes sense because they got to ship them all the way. Yeah, I know, right? Vegetarians do. Oh, my reading. Go for it. I eventually figured it out. I was like, vegetarians and TRT, that doesn't make sense. Oh my gosh, dude, I hear you. There's a video about you and Joe. Good bad habits and how they make you go. Yes, get on. Yeah, there's a video. Absolutely, a video about our habits. I do want to do a video, Dean, on just dating, overall dating. Kind of some of the stuff I touched on here in this live. Honestly, I just feel it's important for us as men coming over here, and my experiences and some of this too around the TRT stuff and. So yeah, no, there's a video on that I see that we've been wanting to make. Hector, have you experienced the always saying yes and they mean no just so they don't get you upset part of living a saving face culture? Yes, Hector, I've seen that. And where it really plays out is in directions. You will get directions. So you'll ask somebody, hey, where's this at? And they'll point and it's the complete wrong direction. We were in the mall. We were looking for the Viking buffet, and we were asked this person. I was like, "Oh, where's the Viking buffet?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's over there." And it wasn't. It was actually over there, And so that kind of thing. You'll see a little bit of that.
How about yesterday when you asked me, "What do you want to eat?"
Oh yeah, Joe. I asked her yesterday too. We're like, "Hey, what do you want to eat?" She's like, "I'll eat anything." I was like, "All right. Well, how about pizza?" She's like, "No, I don't want that." I was like, "Well, how about pepper lunch?" "No, I don't want that." So, you want anything? What do you want? It's kind of funny. We laughed about that. Yeah. But yeah, no, Hector, it shows up a little bit. Last comment for TRT related subject, but you can't especially prescribe TRT Nation. They are legit US-based clinics that will prescribe you 6 months at a time and traveling, expanding. Okay. Yeah, no, I think it's something that people look at here for sure. And it's been around my channel as far as a topic. I think a lot of people talk about that and ask about that. It's nothing I really have no experience with. And yeah, I have zero experience in that kind of topic as far as what's going on. It's been something I'm looking at, and maybe I will and get more information on it. Getting the popsicle, Whole Foods rocks. Nice. Yes, Whole Foods, whole paycheck, right? Yes, mango shakes, man. Phew, they're so good. So good. I love the mango shakes here. The only time I have anything mango in the States is Sonic Mango Blackberry Slush. That sounds actually really good. That sounds really good. I'm trying to figure out why some Pinoys dislike Scotty, though. I'm a Pinoy and I'm okay with what he says. Are they uncomfortable with what he talks about working girls because it's taboo subject? JP, I think one of the things that people don't like about Scotty is if I was a Filipino woman, I would not like Scotty Boy, right? I wouldn't. He's not very kind towards Filipino women. The things that he says about that, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I could see where he wouldn't have a big Filipino audience, especially the women. But look, he's very direct and says what's on his mind and just says it there, almost like mind on loudspeaker, which is funny a lot of the times, right? So I get it, but I can understand why certain audiences would be offended by that content. He's very, like I said, very direct. So, and in a saving face culture, sometimes that doesn't go over so well, Dean, I used to live in Margaret in the Kent, about 80 miles from London. I often cycled past a place where named manufactured Viagra. Just be careful, man. I know, right? Oh, you swallow Viagra, otherwise you end up with a stiff neck. Who's Scotty? So, Chuck, they're talking about Regular Guy, one of the big up and coming bloggers here in the Philippines. He's been doing it maybe not quite 2 years now. So yeah, and he's a funny guy. He's from Canada. He's but he's can be a little bit controversial. He doesn't have a filter. So yeah, but he's funny. I think he means well. He's a little bit of an odd guy in the sense that he can come across as a little bit, what's that? Autism. It might be even Asperger's. I think that's what it's called. I think that might be what's going on with Scotty. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a professional, but yeah. Slow down on the coffee. Yes, it dehydrates.
I told you to get milk. You don't need coffee. Milk, okay?
Yes.
Milk for you. I told you about that coffee.
Thanks, Steven. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, Regular Guy. Look, he's all right. I honestly think it might be Asperger's. I have to look at that. Is that what you call it? It's a little bit of a, a little bit socially odd. I'm socially odd too in some ways, but you have a tendency to be really direct. Yeah, you should include JLo in your. Yeah, no, I think we'll kind of maybe bring her in more and more. They're asking you to be on camera. JLo, yes, JLo. I mean, who wouldn't? Trust me, I get it.
What did you say?
Who wouldn't want to look at beautiful JLo versus this bald guy? By the way, have you seen the Predator helmet that looks like, the Predator character, which is, yes, I've seen that. Yeah, it looks awesome. I do like that. You got so much heat and humidity here, though. You want something that's got some air rolling through it. Actually, for the first time, Dean, I went with a half face helmet. Could you hand me my helmet, sweetie? I've got half face helmet, which I wasn't a fan of the United States, but the speeds are so slow here that I went ahead and went with it. But here's the helmet I went with. Thank you. Appreciate that. So it's a Shoei. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's X2 or something like that. Really nice helmet. I like it a lot. You got the Pack Talk comm system in there. So that's good. Here, check it out. Yeah, it fits really good. It's really snug. and that's without it strapped up. So it's a really good helmet. Like I said, I think it was 35,000 pesos. Thank you so much. But yeah, Scotty, yeah, we talked about that regular guy. His channel originally was regular guy in the Philippines, but he was in Korea, and so he was regular guy in Korea. So he changed it. But yeah, I feel like if you're vlogging about the Philippines, it's very wise to speak kindly about the people in the country and watch ones. Yes, Glenn, that's my concern. That is my concern. You hit it right on, Glenn. And you know, yes, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful, especially in a saving face culture. You know, and what's the guy? One of the guys that was telling me, the guys in the building, Donald. Shout out! I don't think Donald watches, but just he's been a guy who's been here for 20 years, and you know, if you can get here in the Philippines and latch onto a guy that's been here for a while, you're set. It's just going to save you years. And he gave me some great advice. He says, Chris, your life is worth as much as a rooster. You know, you gotta be sensitive to what you say and do here. You know, just be careful. Be careful who you meet, and just be respectful, and you'll be fine. But you know, you disrespect the wrong person here, you're in trouble. You're in serious trouble. But yeah, buddy, you got to try strawberry mango smoothie. All right, strawberry. I got to try strawberry mango smoothie. Okay. How do you feel about the dentist there? Okay, cool. Yeah. So thanks for asking that, Glenn, because you reminded me I need to go to my dentist. Echo, remind me Thursday 8 a.m. to go to the dentist.
Okay, I'll remind you tomorrow at 8 a.m.
So,
One more thing, you can receive notifications.
So yeah, so yes, I will be doing.
Select the provider.
Echo, stop. So I'll be doing that here to check that out. But the dentistry here, I think, is on par from Western dentist. So, but yeah. Yes. Oh, wait. So how do you feel about the dentistry? They're looking at a few places, need some cavities filled before I get a root canal. I think you're going to save money, Glenn, doing it here. I think you're especially the root canal. Yeah, I would come here and do it, especially if you're going to be in Manila. Yeah, and Cebu, I think you'd be fine too. I think either one. Yeah, I think it might be Ashburgers. Yep. David Bond has mentioned meeting you. Yeah, no, dude, I'm same. I like the guy. I do. I want to be careful there. I do like David. I think he's a good kid. I think he's figuring things out for himself, right? Hey, gamer. Good morning. We were playing a little bit of Diablo before I came on. Good morning, gamer. I've never worn a helmet in the States. Yeah, Chuck. Yeah, I was. So Chuck, I went through a back of a car. Martin Luther King, January 2022. I had a car pull out in front of me. It was a Subaru hatchback. I was doing almost 50. They pulled right out in front of me. So it was 2 lanes of traffic, and the left lane had like 12 or so cars in it. My lane, the right lane, had 1 car, and the car towards the back, I was coming up to him. The car towards the back pulled right out in front of me from a stop. I'm doing like 40 miles an hour because I've got 10 car lengths before me before I need to stop. Pulls right out in front of me. I go through the back of it. It's a hatchback. And what saved my life was my helmet, all the gear. I was in full climb gear, Shoei helmet. And that's why I'm sitting in this chair today. I mean, granted, I spent 3 months in a wheelchair, and then I spent another 4 months walking again, retraining my body to walk. But so I'm a big fan of gear. But to each their own, right? I'm not suggesting that anyone else, kind of like a lot of things we're talking about, right? Like I'm not putting anything on anyone else, but for me, these are things that I want to do for me, right? DPN. You should collab with Jonathan. Dude, I would love Jonathan. What a great... Joe would love me to collaborate with Jonathan. She would love to look in those big blue dreamy eyes.
Oh my God.
I'm just joking.
You've been seeing a lot of guys who look like
Yeah. No, Jonathan's great. He's a great kid too, right? I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his work. I'm definitely a fan. Chris, I like the half-face just version of hearing in the traffic. I like the half. Yes. Half face. Yeah. So the half face helmet for even just hearing. Yeah. Yeah. I like the airflow coming into the helmet. I really do. Yeah. It's good. It's good. It's a good helmet. Yeah. I'm back. Just ended a Zoom meeting as I mentioned yesterday. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let me know once you're back in Manila. Yeah, no worries. And if you're around, if you want to get back together, we could do dinner tonight. If the three of us, if you're whatever, right? We're around. We're just chilling here, and then we're gonna go to the it's DMV. We're gonna go to the LTO and try to get my driver's license again. I actually found one of the visas that I was missing. So whatever. If you want to do dinner tonight, if you're tied up too, no worries. Let us know. Reach out. WhatsApp. Do you follow American politics, dear? Do I follow American politics still? Is Laura Boebert a representative in your district? She wasn't. She was more of what do you call the Western Slope, Grand Junction area. I don't follow politics. It's one of the reasons why I moved here, Mocha Pound Cake, is I didn't want the politics in the United States was driving me crazy, man. I couldn't deal with it. I could not deal with it. And I had to get out. That's one of the reasons why I moved. So I can't. It's too crazy. When was that, January 6th? I mean, come on, right? I would try an assassination attempt on the vice president. I had to go. I was done. I'm out. And by the way, that coffee. Oh, by the way, the coffee was a yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we had that coffee. I bet, girl. Well, that's why we drank water. And I asked them if they had any decaf, and they didn't. Sorry, man. That's rough. I hope your meetings today though went okay, or hope they will go okay. It's still kind of early. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, girl. That's rough. You play video games. Heard from the corner of my ear. You're playing Diablo. Yeah. So one of the things I brought with me was an Xbox. So when I was in my wheelchair last year for 3 months at home, I bought an Xbox and was kind of doing stuff with that. So I'm not a huge gamer. I mean, I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft. But now I just, whatever. It's free time, distraction, get off the computer and do different things. I'll play. I've been playing Diablo. I got a character that's, I think, level 16 or so. So yeah. Do you know whether atheists like me can live comfortably? Absolutely, brother. Or do you find that lots of people try to convert you? No, not at all, man. You'll be fine here, dude. You'll be fine. The one thing you might have challenges with, though, Dean, is your relationship. Just pick a girl who's open to that stuff, and as long as you're open to that stuff too, right? I think in those kind of conversations, as long as you have respect for other people's beliefs and stuff, I think you'll be fine, dude. I think you'll be fine. Yeah, it just the dating might be a little bit tricky, as she might want you to, to be. Joe, did you want me to be any religion? Yeah, I don't think it's a big issue. The other thing about the Philippines is that the only infrastructure, traffic, and air quality are improved through stricter regulations, and Westerners come there to escape regulation. How ironic. I know, right? Scotty is an oddball. It's probably why he ran from Canada. Yeah, he's kind of a guy who would end up getting bullied. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. No, I think he'll have a good life here as long as he just, yeah, you just gotta watch a lot what he says about the Philippines. I think just really people in general. I think really the key to being here is just being respectful to people. I think no matter where you come from, being a Filipino or a Westerner, it's all about being respectful, I think, here. And that's why I actually really, really, really love that. I love that, saving face culture and just being generous with people I love that. I really do. I love that. LPA Southeast section of Mindanao is going to be rainy week. Yeah. Southeast section of Mindanao. Yeah, there's a low pressure coming over. So we're going to hang here, gamer, for a little bit. We're going to wait for that storm to blow through. I think it was late July. We're looking maybe early August when we head out that direction. But we're watching. Do you like classic films like 1950s era? I've been watching some Toshi samurai films, black and white, real captivating stories, and don't rely on CGI. Yeah, I haven't watched much old stuff. I mean, I I haven't watched a lot of TV. A lot of my consumption is around YouTube, watching stuff around that. I'm still really learning this whole videography, photography, YouTube stuff. So a lot of my time has been devoted to, getting my skills and stuff like that, getting better and better. So, but I haven't watched a lot of TVs or movies or Netflix recently, really. Dean, have you had funny stories about meeting someone on an autistic spectrum at a conference and you cracked a joke, but all flat on the face? Do you have enough characters to tell your funny version? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that might be what's going on with good old Scotty boy. Yeah. It's hard to tell. Yes. Let's have dinner. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, we'll do dinner tonight, Joe. Okay. Cool. Yeah. We're down. Let us know what you want to do. Well, we'll message you. Hey, Cully Bronson. Hey, how's it going, man? Hello. Yes, I'm down. Absolutely. Yeah. No, because that way too you can get off to the airport. You should meet us at Ayala if you're down with that. Just meet us at Ayala. You can bring your bag or whatever. We can dump it off, whatever, and then yeah, let's talk. We'll coordinate. Well, I played World of Warcraft 2 back when I was in middle school through high school. I joined Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah, with Night Elf Druid. Made a dinged at 55. Yeah, dude, I played that game for 10 years, dude. I was in a very very progressive raiding guild. I played Arresto Shaman. I was in the top 2% on a very big realm. So yeah, I used to play a lot. Hey, Christian says, hey, J-Lo. You good? Okay. All right. Yes, I missed Diablo. I was only played Diablo 2 for a couple years when it came out, but classmates have tried. Discussion made it seems. Yes, it was around. Yeah, Diablo came out. Yeah, now Diablo 4 is out. We've been playing a little bit of that, just kind of having some fun. I don't blame you for moving the politics in the UK, especially. That's right, Dean. You're from UK. My bad. I've seen the violence on both sides getting worse. Yeah, yep. Yeah, it's really a global deal that's going on right now. And who was I talking with? They're talking about the pandemic and how it really kind of messed up the world globally. Who was that gentleman I talked to? Oh yeah. Another subscriber, really great gentleman from Switzerland. Man, I'm meeting some incredible people, man. Yeah, shout out to you, brother, if you're watching. Yeah, yep. It's a global deal, dude. It's really just incredible what's happening right now, and I hope we get through it. I really do. You know. Yeah, true respect is the key. Sorry, I'm bouncing all around here. I apologize. Let's see here. John, I subscribe to Scotty, and sometimes I watch him and appreciate him talking to locals, but sometimes his videos are cringe me. Yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Yep. But being autistic should be fine. Being careful, the girl you date pays a lot of some local events, foreigners a lot of pay. Okay, we'll message you guys on WhatsApp. Sounds good. Yep. Have you heard about that heat wave in Europe? Here in the UK, I built so far might come. Yeah. So I have heard about the heat. There was something in the news about a heat wave that I saw. Yeah. Yep. Heat wave around the world, really. That there's some stuff going on. My family is very left learning, probably not a problem, by the way, being that very addicted to CNN and MSNBC, can't stand it. During the lockdowns and pandemic, I lived in Mexico for a taste of the freedom. Glenn, smart. I had to get away. I just had to get away. I couldn't deal with it anymore. After that accident, it woke me up. It really did. I couldn't deal with it anymore. I just had to get out, and I'm so happy to be here. I don't know what's going on. I really don't, and I'm so glad. I have no clue what's going on. I love it. I just watch the weather. That's all I do. I just watch the weather. Yeah. I'm apolitical. Same. I'm the exact same way, Glenn. Yep. I'm the exact same way. I don't really. Yeah, I think I was registered independent, so I'm just. I'm more about character, and character of the person than I am kind of the party. What do you think about alpha male movement, the whole genre? Tate, I don't know much about Andrew Tate. Look, I don't know, right? I think it may be just a little bit over the top. I think we got to be generous people, all of us, no matter what, Yeah. I mean, so look, I don't know much about the alpha male movement, but I get it's in response to a heavy feminist kind of thing that's going on. I get it, dude. I get it. Right? Poof. Another reason why I left. Just gross. But I look. We just gotta find balance, right? I mean, we can't be over feminist. We can't be over masculine. We gotta be generous with people. We have to be men and women. Stop this freaking crazy competition about. I don't know, man. I'm gonna get off on a tangent here. I'm gonna go back to the beach. That's why I moved here, get away from this craziness. But I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm not for any extreme masculine movement or any extreme feminine movement. I'm in for people just getting along with each other. I'm in for people who are after pursuit of happiness, pursuit of joy and love and compassion. That's what I'm into. Right? So yeah. I left the left and wanted to come to Central due to the or left aggressive behavior. I hear you, man. Yeah. I saw a little video. Video looking great. Yeah, I saw a video of Scotty soliciting a prostitute in Angeles. He says he is doing it live and delete the video later. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, he's got it. We all have to be careful. Even myself, I got to be careful what I say and do. I really do. It's in this culture. This isn't Canada. This isn't United States. This isn't Europe. This is the Philippines. And it'd be wise for us as foreigners, whether you're on camera or not, to realize that and to recognize that it's a saving face culture, and there are raw laws and rules and regulations here that we don't understand. There's ways of living that we don't understand, and what was some of the things we just got to be careful. There's certain things that can get us in real trouble quickly, and we got to be careful what we say and do, and come over here as respectable human beings who are trying to find a good life, maybe a life partner or whatever, but be a good human, really. Hey Chris, where are you going to go to Shigrao? I don't have a plan, but I'd go. I definitely want to. I'm not a big surfer, but I would, I'd love to go. I could see myself actually getting into like bodyboard or boogie board. I don't have the best of knees. My knees really yell at me if I do a lot of jumping or that kind of thing. So I have to be careful and mindful of that. But I would go to sure. It's on my list to go for sure. Yeah. Heat wave in countries such as Greece and Italy. I have heard a little bit about that, Dean. Yep. Pulling their tops down for views. Yeah. I get it. I understand. German blogger Nana got locked up for, yep. Yeah. I think she was underage too. I think I know what you're talking about. I think I know. Yeah. What is the first law and the one major thing you feel people really need to be aware of so they can avoid trouble, jail time, and a lot of general issues? Glenn, I feel like, what's the one major, like I said, just being respectful. That'll get you in trouble quick. Let me think about this, right? So, that's the big and blatant obvious one. I don't know. John, you still on? Anything you could think of? That's what stands out. Just being mindful, being respectful of people, being generous with people. You don't want to give kids money. You don't want to do that. You can get yourself in trouble. One, you're not supposed to do that. But you can get kids swarming around you. You want to be careful of that. The other thing you want to watch out for are the showers. They are slicker than snot. And they are, when they get wet, I've almost busted my butt like 2 or 3 times now. So be careful when you go into a shower because they're slippery. What else to watch out for when you come here? It's really easy to be here in a lot of ways, as long as you, I think, have the right kind of mindset. But yeah, like random also the police saw it. Yep. Yeah. And you just, yeah, here's some suggestions for expats. Okay. John, you got something you're going to be putting there? I was about ready to end it, but we'll see what you got to say. But yeah, like I said it 100 times. If we come over here, we're in a different country. Be mindful. of where you're at. You know, walk around with a big smile on your face and you'll be fine. Walk around being happy. Yeah, yeah, here we go. Yeah, no guns, as Taco No Man says, but yeah, just don't yell. Don't debate about politics. As the great Paul said, you are not here to fix the Philippines. You're here. The Philippines fixes you. Dude, you rock. You rock, John. Yeah, exactly, right? Be respectful. Don't yell. Don't debate. Don't even talk about politics, especially, you know, local politics, but even politics in general. You know, a lot of the Americans that come over here, like myself, came over here to get away from politics. You know, you start talking about whatever, it can, you know, get you. But yeah, talking about local politics will get you in trouble quick. Yep, don't raise your voice. Be respectful. Yeah, I love that. The Philippines is here to fix me. Absolutely, man. Yep, good stuff, John. Yeah, really appreciate it. If you're gonna go surfing, can I come along and be the thing that's steering, blasting out the Beach Boys? Absolutely, Dean. Come on down, brother. Isn't that a Thai girl suing David Bond in the video of Jakarta, Indonesia, when he was making fun of the Muslims? Called her. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, you can get defamation is huge here. Big, all in the saving face thing. So defamation is massive in the legal stuff here. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end it on that. We've been going 2 hours and 15 minutes. Really appreciate everyone be here. I appreciate the conversation. I love it. I really do. It's just a, you know, Hector and you know, talking about what we can do to make foreigners better here. I am down with that, guys. I really am. I get that was the theme of this vlog, which I love. I mean, I love that because that is a conversation I'm committed to. Last comment, Taylor, purpose, he mostly speaks of men, a tough love and fashion. The style is not for everyone, but yeah, no, I've listened to a little bit about what he says, and I agree. You know, I agree. You know, I hear a little bit of what, you know, he's talking about radical feminism and how it's a problem, and you know, I get it. I really do. I get it. Hey Chris, I've been some of your videos been traveling along. You get me through the week. All right, Alfredo, thanks for being here. I'm getting ready to sign off. Yes. Yeah. Thanks, Glenn. I appreciate it. I'm glad to help people out. With that said, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're at. We'll see you next time. Peace. Everyone take care. Amping. I don't know how to say amping in Tagalog, but I'm committed to learning some Tagalog for my Tagalog friends and viewers out there. So I will be learning some Tagalog, but amping everybody. Take care. Peace. Take care.